3 helicopters. 11 months. Same failure. No cause found. 1 pilot lost. 1 pilot blamed. 1 pilot walked away. And only because he crashed the right way up. The bolt that failed on all 3 was installed backwards. 3 times in a row by trained mechanics who never stood a chance. The aircraft was the Augusta 109E Power, a multi-million-dollar air ambulance helicopter, the best in its class. And Augusta had redesigned one small part in a way that turned every routine maintenance check into a coin flip. Watch the first crash carefully, because it happens again, twice. July 26, 1999, just south of Madrid. A 43-year-old pilot, 4,000 hours of experience. His helicopter had come out of a 300-hour maintenance check the night before. Every system passed. Every check cleared. He was flying it back to base. A farm worker in the olive groves looked up when he heard the engine, watched it get closer. The aircraft was hammering down. Losing height fast, it made a violent 180-degree turn and drove straight into the ground. No fire, no warning, no engine failure. Nothing on paper explained it. The pathology showed the pilot fought it all the way down. He was pushing right pedal. He tried to run an engine-out drill on a helicopter whose engines were still producing full power. Every input he made pushed him closer to the ground. The best crash investigators in Europe pulled that aircraft apart. Every system tested. Every component photographed. Every logbook reviewed. Nothing. No fault. No cause. They sealed the report as unresolved and moved on. 6 months later, it happened again. January 14, 2000. Southern England. Same helicopter type, just out of maintenance. The pilot was Pete Barnes, a legendary air ambulance veteran, cruising at 700 feet, autopilot engaged, about to descend. Then, bang, upside down. His lap strap was loose. He slammed into the roof. His helmet flipped every switch off. The panel went dead. No radio, no communication, ground below, moon above. He wrestled the aircraft right way up, dropped the landing gear, pulled full pitch on the blades, and every single input came out wrong. The helicopter leveled and slammed into the ground. Everyone survived. But the helicopter was destroyed, and then the rumors started. Was Pete flying reckless? He was heading to Switzerland. Did he have his skis in the cockpit? Had they knocked the switches off? Had he caused this himself? For the next 9 months, the aviation community turned on him. When you are hiring a pilot, you don't hire the one who might have crashed a multi-million-dollar aircraft on purpose. His reputation collapsed. He knew he had done nothing wrong. He had no proof. Then came the third crash. June 17, 2000. Berkshire, England. Air ambulance at 300 feet. Gentle right turn. Bang! The aircraft sank. The pilot had 10 seconds before impact. He ran the twin engine failure drill from memory, held the aircraft steady, descended straight down, it hit tail high, skidded, stopped upright against a fence, nobody injured. The aircraft was intact, and for the first time in 11 months, the investigators could see what had actually broken. Here is what every investigation had missed. Here is what brought down the pilot in Spain. Here is what destroyed Pete Barnes. Inside every helicopter is a component called the scissor shackle. It sits above the main rotor gearbox. It has one job. It drives the rotating swash plate. That swash plate is the entire nervous system of a helicopter. Every input the pilot makes passes through it. Push the stick forward, the swash plate tilts, the blades change pitch, and the aircraft moves forward. Every control input in the cockpit routes through that one spinning plate. The scissor shackle is what tells it where forward is. When the bolt on that shackle snaps, the swash plate stops taking orders. The pitch links become the drivers. The swash plate rotates to a completely wrong position. And every input the pilot makes comes out somewhere else. Pull the nose up, the aircraft rolls. Push forward, it climbs. Try to level the wings, it inverts. Every trained response makes the situation worse. Every survival instinct fights against you. The pilots didn't lose control. Their control started lying to them. There is no procedure in any manual for a helicopter that has swapped its own commands. No emergency drill, no checklist, no training scenario, same bolt, same failure, 3 times. And here is why. The bolt was installed backwards, 3 times in a row, by 3 separate maintenance crews. On the older Augusta 109, the part could only fit one way. It was physically impossible to reverse. That's not a design choice. That's aviation certification law. Augusta redesigned that part for the new 109E. The new one fit either way. Then they moved the embossed part number from the inside surface to the outside surface. Every mechanic who had spent years learning part number faces in installed the new part backwards. The manual diagram was unreadable. Washers were mislabeled. Mechanics had learned to work from muscle memory. And Augusta had silently changed what that muscle memory meant. They walked into a trap they didn't know existed. 3 things could have prevented every one of these crashes. 1. Follow the certification directive. Flight control parts must only fit one way. 2. Never move a reference mark silently. Mechanics train for decades. Their muscle memory is the last line of defense. 3. Fix the manual. When technicians stop trusting the paperwork has already failed. None of it was done. Pete Barnes was eventually cleared. He had never brought skis into the cockpit. He had done nothing wrong. But the industry that spent 9 months destroying his reputation moved on and forgot about him. Augusta issued a rebuttal 3 years later. In the same document, they blamed the mechanics for not reading the manual and admitted their design might cause errors. The 109E is still flying today, all over the world. And somewhere, right now, a mechanic is holding the same part in his hand. He does not know the story. Nobody ever told him. If this video opened your eyes, share it. One share puts this in front of someone who trusts a system built by people who never had to fly in it. Subscribe to Hidden Forces. Every video exists to show you the systems designed to hide from you. Hidden Forces. Every disaster has one. The next crash is already being built, one ignored warning at a time.